Kyler Murray just did the unthinkable, and the entire NFL world is in shock. Whether you're a fan or a critic, there's no denying what he just pulled off is something we may never see again. The stadium erupted, social media exploded, and even his doubters had to sit back and rethink everything they've said about him. But what exactly happened that left fans speechless? Was it pure skill, or was it just a once-in-a-lifetime moment of luck? Stay tuned, because we're breaking down every jaw-dropping second of Kyler Murray's unbelievable performance. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. Heading into this game, all eyes were on Kyler Murray. Critics had been questioning his ability to perform under pressure, analysts debated whether he could truly lead his team to victory, and even some fans were starting to doubt. The stakes were high, the tension was thick, and Murray knew he had to deliver. But no one, not even his most loyal supporters, expected what was about to happen. From the very first snap, Murray looked locked in. His movements were sharp, his passes were crisp, and his confidence was undeniable. Every time he touched the ball, it felt like something special was about to happen. The defense tried everything: blitzes, double coverage, aggressive man-to-man, but nothing could slow him down. It was as if he was playing in a different dimension, seeing the field in a way that no one else could. And then came the moment that changed everything. With just minutes left on the clock, his team trailing, and the entire season on the line, Murray found himself in an impossible situation. The pocket collapsed, defenders closed in, and the crowd held its breath. Any other quarterback might have taken the sack, thrown the ball away, or simply crumbled under the pressure. But not Kyler Murray. What happened next defied logic, shattered expectations, and left fans, and even his opponents, completely speechless. It was the kind of play that will be replayed for years to come, analyzed by experts, and talked about in football history. Was this the defining moment of his career? Was this the night Kyler Murray silenced every critic once and for all? One thing is certain. Whatever you thought about Kyler Murray before this game, it's time to rethink everything. Because what he did on that field wasn't just great, it was legendary. And if you haven't seen it yet, brace yourself, because you're about to witness something truly unforgettable. It was a moment that will be etched in football history forever. With the game hanging in the balance, Kyler Murray found himself in what looked like an unwinnable situation. The defense had him cornered, the offensive line had collapsed, and every possible escape route seemed to vanish in an instant. The stadium was roaring, the tension was suffocating, and every single eye in the arena was locked on him. Then, just when it looked like the play was over, Murray did something that defied all logic. In a split second, he pulled off an electrifying spin move that left two defenders grasping at thin air. With almost no time to react, he juked past another rusher, somehow staying on his feet as he sprinted towards the sideline. The clock was ticking, the pressure was suffocating, but Murray remained ice cold. And then, with a flick of his wrist, he launched a pass that should have been impossible. Off balance, with defenders closing in, from an angle no quarterback should ever attempt, Murray unleashed a perfect pinpoint strike down the field. The ball cut through the air like a missile, traveling over 50 yards with surgical precision. The crowd gasped. The commentators were speechless. The defense could do nothing but watch as the ball spiraled towards its target. And then, boom! The receiver, fully covered, leaped into the air and made an acrobatic, one-handed catch, dragging both feet inbounds before crashing to the ground. Touchdown! Absolute chaos erupted in the stadium. Fans were screaming, players were celebrating, and the opposing team stood in stunned silence, completely unable to process what had just happened. The replay was even more mind-blowing. Every angle showed just how absurd Murray's play had been. His balance, his vision, his arm strength, it was all on another level. Analysts scrambled to break it down, calling it one of the greatest individual efforts in recent memory. Social media exploded, fans flooded the internet with reactions, and even Murray's biggest critics had to admit they had just witnessed pure greatness. Was this the best play of his career? Was this the moment that redefined Kyler Murray's legacy? One thing was certain: no one who saw it would ever forget it. The moment Kyler Murray's jaw-dropping play hit the screens, reactions poured in from every corner of the sports world. Players, analysts, and fans couldn't believe what they had just witnessed. The NFL community was buzzing, and social media exploded with hot takes, disbelief, and sheer admiration for what many were calling the play of the year. NFL stars were quick to chime in. Patrick Mahomes, known for his own mind-bending plays, tweeted, "Yo, Kyler, that was unreal. Stop playing Madden on the field, bro." Even legends like Peyton Manning broke their usual professionalism, with Manning saying on live TV, "That's just not normal. I don't know how you even prepare for that. He made magic happen out there." Defenders across the league acknowledged the greatness, with one rival cornerback posting, "No shame in admitting it. That dude is just different." Analysts were left scrambling to find words to describe what they had seen. On ESPN, Stephen A. Smith was fired up, shouting, "This is why I tell people, do not underestimate this man. You can doubt him all you want, but when the moment comes, he delivers." Over on Fox Sports, Shannon Sharpe was laughing in disbelief. "Murray just did something I ain't never seen before. That boy is cold, man." SportsCenter ran the replay on a continuous loop, breaking down every impossible angle, every millisecond of brilliance that led to the touchdown. But the real energy? That came from the fans. Twitter and Instagram were drowning in reactions. "Kyler Murray just turned into a superhero," one fan wrote. Memes flooded the internet, comparing him to a video game character, a magician, even a glitch in the Matrix. The stadium itself had erupted the moment the play happened, with fans jumping out of their seats, screaming in pure disbelief. Even those who weren't Cardinals supporters had to give credit where it was due. This was something special. And then came the inevitable debates. Was this the greatest play in Murray's career? Was this a turning point for him as an elite quarterback? Some even dared to ask, are we witnessing the next generational talent finally reaching his peak? One thing was clear. This wasn't just another highlight. This was a statement. All right, let's break this down. How did Kyler Murray manage to pull off one of the most mind-blowing plays in recent NFL history? Was it pure athleticism, a stroke of luck, or was this the result of years of mastering his craft? Let's analyze every second of this unreal moment. First, let's talk about the situation. The Cardinals were in a high-pressure moment, third and long, deep in their own territory, with defenders breathing down Murray's neck. The defense was locked in, expecting a deep pass, and the pass rush was coming full speed. Most quarterbacks would have taken the sack or thrown the ball away, but not Kyler. As soon as the ball was snapped, Murray's instincts took over. The pocket collapsed almost instantly, with two defensive linemen breaking through. In that split second, Kyler faked right, spun left, and somehow escaped a near-certain sack, a move that shouldn't have been possible. His agility, speed, and reflexes combined in a way that only a handful of players in the history of the game could replicate. But here's where things got next-level insane. Most QBs, after dodging two defenders, would settle for a short dump-off pass, not Kyler. Instead, he took off down the sideline, somehow staying in bounds while shaking off a linebacker who tried to push him out. He then cut across the field, leaving three more defenders diving at air. The burst of speed? Unreal. The vision? Insane. It was the type of run you only see in video games, except this was happening in real life. And then came the final dagger. As he approached the 20-yard line, everyone expected him to run it in. The safety crashed down, fully committed to stopping the rushing TD. But at the very last second, Murray pulled off a no-look, cross-body dime to his receiver in the end zone, a throw that defied logic and physics. The result? A touchdown that sent shockwaves through the entire NFL. This play wasn't just about speed or talent. It was about IQ, instincts, and the ability to create something out of nothing. Defenses now have a problem. How do you stop a guy who can literally do the impossible? Murray didn't just make a great play, he made a statement. Kyler Murray's jaw-dropping performance wasn't just another highlight. It was a defining moment in his career. It wasn't just a touchdown. It wasn't just another win. It was a statement to the entire NFL that Kyler is not just a great quarterback. He's a once-in-a-generation talent who can change the course of a game in an instant. For years, critics have questioned if Murray has what it takes to be an elite quarterback. Some have doubted his leadership, others have nitpicked his height, and many have debated whether he can truly carry a franchise. But after this performance, those doubts are dead in the water. Let's be real, this wasn't just any game. The pressure was insane, the stakes were high, the defense was gunning for him. And yet, when everything was on the line, Kyler didn't just rise to the occasion, he dominated it. Plays like this aren't just rare, they're the kind of moments that define MVP caliber players. And this raises a huge question. Are we witnessing the rise of a future Hall of Famer? Because let's be honest, this wasn't a fluke. This was the kind of game-changing ability that puts quarterbacks in the history books. When we talk about legends, Brady, Rodgers, Mahomes, they all have those signature plays that live on forever. And after this game, Kyler Murray may have just added his name to that list. For the Cardinals, this performance is a game-changer. It proves that they have their guy. When you have a quarterback who can literally create magic out of nothing, you're never out of a game. Defenses now have a serious problem, because how do you game plan against a guy who can turn a broken play into a touchdown with ease? But beyond the Cardinals, this shakes up the entire NFL. Every team watching this knows that they're going to have to deal with Kyler for years to come. If this is what he's capable of now, just imagine what he'll be doing in the next few seasons. So now, the only question left is, was this just one incredible play, or is Kyler Murray officially entering his prime? One thing's for sure, the NFL won't be the same after this. Wow, what a game, what a performance. Kyler Murray just sent shockwaves through the NFL, and now we want to hear from you. Was this the best play of his career? Do you think Murray is on his way to being an MVP, or even a future Hall of Famer? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love epic sports moments, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more insane NFL content. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss another must-watch moment. See you in the next video.